fine.
Jessica, 2 million in 1 year are gone. So according to my calculations, that will be 8 million by the end of this term.
It won't be.
So when you get rid of 8 million illegals, you know what happens? Crime goes down. Rent goes down. Health insurance goes down. Car insurance goes down. Those things
aren't happening.
Okay, we're just getting started, Jessica.
Okay.
It's supply and demand. What do you think is going to happen when you get 8 million?
At least we're getting started, Jessica. You guys didn't do crap.
That's not true.
It lowers
Biden
everything. That means
deporting more
classrooms
people.
get lighter. That means everything goes down, Jessica. Wages go up, crime goes down.
That's Fox News co-host and woman with a voice for silent films, Jessica Tarlov, getting called out by Jesse Waters for attempting to wave away basic facts on deportations. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like Democrats still can't handle the fact that Trump's deportation machine is actually working. Because every time the numbers come out, they expose years of media spin about nothing happening at the border. I mean, Waters, Gutfeld, and even the data are making it impossible for them to hide from reality anymore. And liberal shills like Tarlov simply can't handle it.
Donald Trump has taken his best issue and thrown it in the gutter because of how immigration policy is being carried out, because it's these kinds of stunts. So when they did that slick video, right, you know, where Kristi Noem descends, right, and she has on her little vest and she's standing there as Ice Barbie or whatever, like, it makes you think, why aren't you doing worst first and making good on your promises to the American people, not the mass deportation people, the average Americans who said we don't want an open border, we want people who have committed crimes in this country on American soil to get out of here, instead of things that are just for like making a move.
They can't do that because of people like Brandon Johnson and J.B. Pritzker and even Maxine Waters. What the hell has she done with her tenure in Congress other than be an absolute mouth-farting blowhard?
Jessica, you're like the person in a store.
I'm just perfect.
You're like the person in a store who knocks over a vase and then you start criticizing the way the guy cleans it up.
No, it's more than that. And I've said, there have been over 170 Americans that have been taken into ICE custody that you cannot even say that this is being executed in the wrong way.
It's very simple. Even you can understand it. Now, why would ICE be at Home Depot? Why would these illegal aliens be at Home Depot? Because you said they weren't coming to steal jobs. You said they weren't coming to cut our wages and wire the money back to Honduras. You said they were fleeing persecution and these were all asylees. They were just fleeing violence. Okay, again, everything you said was wrong. Home Depot's having a great quarter. Did you know they beat expectations? $41 billion in revenue. And when the rates drop, the stock's gonna pop. That's how that works too. I'd invest in Home Depot.
You know, this is exactly why establishment media has been panicking for weeks. Waters lays it out, 2 million are already gone with millions more lined up, and Tarlov somehow manages to sit there pretending none of it is real. I mean, this is the same crowd that told people the border was secure while communities collapsed under crime, sky-high rent, and fentanyl pouring in. The truth is simple. Trump promised mass removals, voters demanded them, and now the administration is actually delivering. Here's Tom Homan stepping in with the full picture.
In a week from the beginning of the administration, and even if you keep going at the pace you're going at, that's a dent in the illegal alien population. People would deport, you know, who are deportable aliens right now. So what do you say to those people who say this is great, but it's nowhere near enough?
Then come put a badge and gun on and give us a hand. ICE is hiring record numbers. Bottom line is, I just said just about 650,000 deportations. That is several 100,000 more than the record that was back in 2012. So it was already a historic operation. Second of all, you got to consider the people who have left the country out of fear of being deported. Was over 1.6 million of them. So there's well over 2.2 million left the country already. And that's been the part of the plan from the beginning. We knew if we send over 1,000 ICE teams out there across the country, we send a message to the whole world. You enter this country illegally, we're looking for you. And by sending that message, by having anything, ICE is one of the reasons we have the most secure border in the history of the nation right now, because people aren't coming because they know there's consequences. So between the record number of deportations, the record number of self-deports, we're already had an historic deportation operation. But hold on tight, we're hiring 10,000 more that's going to be on duty by mid-January. That's tripling the size of enforcement removal operations. So if you think the numbers are historic now, wait till next year.
Well, that's music to my ears.
And I'm going to remind everybody, and I'm going to keep reminding these Democrats, where were you the last 4 years? Well, we had over 10 million people come to our border. We had 250,000 Americans die from fentanyl coming across the open border. We had a record number of people from terrorist-sponsored countries coming across the border. Sex trafficking women and children are at a historic high. You let 500,000 children be smuggled in the United States. You lost track of 300,000. You weren't even looking for them. It's the Trump administration and President Trump's leadership where we've already found over 30,000 of them. We're not going to let them forget. You are complicit in the biggest national security failure, the biggest humanitarian failure in the history of this nation.
You know, Homan has reached the point where he's done pretending Democrats meant well. ICE is tripling its ranks to 10,000 agents, and he's still hearing liberals whining that enforcement is too harsh. I mean, these are the same people who pushed apps helping illegals evade agents while fentanyl killed 250,000 Americans and hundreds of thousands of trafficked kids vanished under Biden. No wonder 65% of the country backs mass deportations. Trump's already moved over 2 million out in under a year, and with this ramp up, the numbers are about to skyrocket. But let me know what you think. Are Trump's record deportation numbers finally exposing just how deep the Democrat border disaster really went? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye.